Good morning, friends. Good morning, my dear boys and girls. We are back with the next lesson in geography. What is it? Yeah, it is India, its climate, vegetation, and wildlife. India, climate, vegetation, and wildlife. Shall we go ahead? Right. So, before we go into the details of the lesson, I like you to ponder upon, means to put a focus on these terms. After focusing on these terms, we will go into the lesson. What is the first point? It is climate. Next is weather, Lu and monsoon. So what is the climate? Yeah, we have the doubt. Sometimes we get confused with the climate and weather. They both are different. There is a slight difference we have. What is climate? It is about the average weather conditions. The average weather conditions of a place, which have been measured for over many years. The average weather conditions of an area or of a place which have been measured for over a long period of time or over many years. That average conditions of the place of a particular area or weather conditions when we take the average weather conditions of a place for a long period of time, say 30 years, 40 years, like that, then we consider it as a climate. Then we can say it is the climate of that place. India, as we say, India is a monsoon type of climate. India is having a monsoon climate, we say, isn't it? Mediterranean type of climate we define. So a climate is the average weather conditions of a particular area or a particular place over a long period of time. Got it? So once again I am going to repeat. Climate is the average weather conditions of a particular area or a particular place over a long period of time is called as climate. Then what is weather? What is the second term you can see here? What is weather? Weather is day to day or hour to hour. Day to day or hour to hour changes in the atmosphere. Isn't it? So the day to day or hour to hour. So see, today it is hot. Tomorrow it will be cool. The temperatures will come down. It may be cloudy. It may rain. Today as it is so sunny. Tomorrow it may rain. Oh, we will say, oh, yesterday it was very hot. Today it is raining. See this change, this sudden change from yesterday to today, this will be considered as weather. Sometimes hour to hour. When you go morning, it was very sunny. When you got up, it was very sunny. There was so much of sunlight. Just after 2-3 hours, just after 2-3 hours, it becomes cloudy. Black clouds forms in the sky, and suddenly there will be a heavy rain. You may be thinking, morning it was very hot, it was very sunny, suddenly it rained. So these sudden changes in the atmosphere, the day to day or hour to hour changes in the atmosphere is known as weather. These type of weather conditions are taken in an average and calculated over a long period of time, then we call it as climate. Morning it was hot, it rained, again soon after the rain, again there will be good sunlight. Sometimes you can see this. Suddenly it will be hot, it rains, and suddenly there will be sunlight again, and at that time you may see a rainbow also, a beautiful rainbow. You are very fond of that, am I right? So this day to day or hour to hour changes in the atmosphere is called as weather. Okay. Then what is a Lu? Lu is a hot and dry wind. A hot and dry winds is called as Lu. L-O-O. So generally this Lu is prevalent. This Lu occurs in the dry areas. What are the most dry areas in our country? It is the desert region. Shall I show you? Yeah. Let me show you Rajasthan. In this area, the Lu occurs. What is Lu? The hot and dry wind. They are very fatal. They are very dangerous. Because of Lu, The loo may take the lives of the people also. Particularly the small children, the elderly people, they may become victims of this loo. So loo is a hot and dry winds. When we talk about monsoon, monsoon is a word which is derived from an Arabic word, which is derived from the Arabic word mausim. Mausim, which means monsoon. Mausim, M-A-U-S-I-M. From an Arabic word, it is derived. So keeping these points in view, the weather, climate, loo, monsoon, everything. Now we'll shift to what are the seasons that are in India. Let's really go ahead. Thank you. Continue. There are 4 major seasons in India. Dear students, there are 4 major seasons in India. What are the 4 major seasons? Look at over here. The cold weather season, the hot weather season, okay, the southwest monsoon season, and the season of retreating monsoon, which is also known as autumn season. As we say, cold weather season, winter, hot weather season, summer, and southwest monsoon season, which we say rainy season, as we say from, I will tell you the months later. Next is the season of retreating monsoons, okay, which is called as autumn. So when you talk about the cold weather season, okay, it is almost, will take from December, January, February. Then comes the hot weather season, March, April and May. And when we talk about the southwest monsoon season, which is also known as rainy season, June, July, August, September. June, July, August, September. And when we talk about the season of retreating monsoon, means the winds which move, I will show you on the map later, which the monsoons which come back, which retreat in the sense to come back. The monsoon winds which have moved towards north, they will be coming back again in the month of October. So October and November, September, October, November, you can feel the retreating monsoon seasons which cause heavy rainfall again. But particularly during this retreating monsoon season, the Tamil Nadu state will receive heavy rain. The southern states, especially the Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Let us look at over here. The southwest monsoon season winds, the southwest monsoon winds which move in the month of June and cause rainfall to all over the country. Those monsoon winds will come back again, and cause rain. So those winds which are coming back again from the north, they are called as retreating monsoon winds or retreating monsoon. Okay? Thank you. Now let us come back to our previous topic, India, climate, vegetation and wildlife. So today what is our topic to discuss? It is about the factors affecting the climate of a place. Climate everywhere is not same, isn't it? If you go to the places like Antarctica, there it is very cold. If you go to places like Africa, near the 0-degree latitude, near the tropical regions, it's very hot. So what makes this variation in the climatic conditions of that place? So there are some factors which play a crucial role in bringing a regional differences in the climate of a place. What are those factors that are going to affect the climate of a place? Let us have a look on that. The first factor which affects the climate of a place is latitude. Okay. Next, altitude. Altitude is in the height. Latitudes we know, starting from the 0-degree latitude towards north and from 0 degrees latitude towards the south. So latitudinal differences also will make the changes in the climate. Next, altitude and the pressure and wind system. Air pressure in the sense air pressure and the wind system also will affect the climate of a place. Next, distance from the sea. How many kilometers is away that area or that place, that also will have a impact or its effect on the climate of a place. What is that? Distance from the sea. Next is ocean currents. Ocean currents means it's a movement of water in the oceans from the tropics towards the poles and from poles towards the tropics. Okay, there are two ocean currents. One is warm ocean current, the other one is a cold ocean current. So ocean currents are also going to affect the climate of a place or bring changes in the climate of a place. Next, relief features. The relief features means it depends on the relief feature of that place, whether that place is a mountainous area, a plateau area, or a plain area. Okay, so it depends on the relief features also, the conditions of the climate of a place. So these are the factors which affect the climate of a place. Once again, look at it. Latitude, altitude, pressure and wind system, the distance from the sea, the ocean currents, and the relief features. These are going to affect the climate of a place. Let us see here. For example, if you see the hottest places in India, Jaisalmer and Bikaner. Where are they? Yeah, it's in Rajasthan. When you see this area, here it is a dry area. It's very hot. So in this area you can see Jaisalmer and Bikaner are very hot. You can see in India also, in India itself, we have so many variations in the climate. We have hot places like Jaisalmer and Bikaner in Rajasthan, and cold places, a freezing cold areas like Dras and Kargil. Why? It is mountainous. It is a desert region, and this is a mountainous region where Himalayas are located. Here, these two places, Dras and Kargil, are experiencing freezing cold in the north. And when we talk about the Mumbai and Kolkata, Mumbai to the west in Maharashtra, you can see here Mumbai, and Kolkata in West Bengal. These two places experience what type of climatic condition? Moderate. They experience moderate climate, both Mumbai and Kolkata. Why? Because they are near to the sea. Look at here, they are very near to the sea. This Kolkata is very near to West Bengal, Bay of Bengal. Kolkata is very near to Bay of Bengal, whereas Mumbai is very near from the sea, that is Arabian Sea. So those areas which are very near to the sea, they experience moderate climate. So what is meant by moderate? Means neither too hot nor too cold. You can see two hot regions are there, Jaisalmer and Bikaner in Rajasthan, very freezing cold in Dras and Kargil in Jammu and Kashmir. But whereas in Kolkata in West Bengal and Mumbai in Maharashtra, they experience moderate climate because of nearness to the sea. Because the distance from the sea is very less, very near. But whereas in the other areas where there is lot of vegetation, a mountainous area place with good vegetation, there are places in India where heavy rainfall occur. So many variations you can see in India with regard to climate. What are the places which receive heavy rainfall in India? It is Masinram in Meghalaya, and another one place is there, Cherrapunji. Before Masinram was discovered as the place with highest rainfall, in the previous years, Cherrapunji in same state, Meghalaya, was taken as the place with the highest rainfall, not just in India. Throughout the world, in the whole world, it is Masinram which receives the highest rainfall. Let me show you on the map. Look at over here, this is the mainland of India. This part of India which is called as northeastern states of India. In that northeastern states of India, we are going to Meghalaya. Are you able to see a green colored state here where my pointer is? Look at the pointer. So this state is Meghalaya. In Meghalaya we have Masinram. In Meghalaya we have Masinram, which is the highest rainfall receiving area in the world. So it's a great thing for us. It's a laudable thing for India that we are having Masinram as the highest water rainfall receiving area in the whole world. Thank you. In the last class about the natural vegetation and wildlife in India. So what is natural vegetation? Simple thing that you have to remember about natural vegetation is the vegetation which is grown naturally without the interference of the humans, means without our interference. The vegetation which is grown without the interference of the humans is natural vegetation. What comes under natural vegetation? Everything. Let us look at the definition. The grass, the shrubs, the trees which grow on their own. What is written there? Which grow on their own without interference or without the help of the humans. Without interference of humans or without any help from the humans, the vegetation like the grasses, like the shrubs and the small plants or big trees, whichever are growing naturally without our interference, means without human interference, it is known as natural vegetation. It is known as natural vegetation. Let us see what types of vegetation is grown in India. Shall we? Yeah. First one, the tropical rainforest, the tropical deciduous forest, the thorny bushes, the mountain vegetation, and the mangrove forest. So what are they? The tropical rainforest, the tropical deciduous forest, the thorny bushes, the mountain vegetation, and the mangrove forest. These are the different types of vegetation or natural vegetation grown in India. When we shift to the next one, that is about the wildlife in India. Don't get scared. Wildlife is a beautiful life which add color and vigor to our nature. So these wildlife, where do they dwell? Where do they live? Generally we find the wildlife in the forest. Okay, nowadays they are coming on the mainstream of our society. Why? Because we are disturbing them. But naturally, what is the original habitat of this wildlife? It is the forest. You are right. Forests are a home to a variety of wildlife. We'll see the variety of wildlife. What are they? Large varieties of reptiles are found in the forest. Next, birds, different beautiful birds, insects, worms, small ants, starting from the huge elephant to a small ant, which you see in your home. Okay, that is also considered as a wildlife. You can see when you go to a forest area, you can see a huge elephant, a tall giraffe, a big hippo, everything. Along with that, not only the big things, not only the big birds, small beautiful birds, small insects, everything comes under this wildlife. For which forest is the home. As we are living in the home, they live in their home, so we should not disturb their home. If you disturb their home, that is forest, obviously they will come to your home. Okay, so don't do that work. So wildlife in India today, it is declining. The sad thing in India, not only in India, throughout the world, we can see there is a decline in the wildlife. Can you tell what is the reason? Yeah, you're right. It is because of the deforestation. Instead of afforestation, we are going on a larger scale for deforestation. So this deforestation is going to destroy the original habitat of this wildlife, that is forest. So my dear students, we have to encourage, we have to educate, we have to aware the people in and around us for more afforestation, but not for deforestation. Let us see some beautiful animals, the beautiful wildlife that we have in India and at the world also. Let us see. In India, we have important about the wildlife. For example, you can say Gir forest. Gir forest is very famous, which is in Gujarat. It's a beautiful forest where we are giving a home or shelter for the Asiatic lions. I'll show you the picture later. So let us see where Gujarat on the map. This is Gujarat, where you can see the Gir forest. And Gir forest in Gujarat is a home for Asiatic lions. A rare species of lions are taken care of or conserved in this Gir forest. And another one which is a rare species which is in danger is one-horned rhino. I'll show you the pictures in the coming slides. One-horned rhinoceros which is found in the beautiful what you call a reserve, Kaziranga National Park in Assam. Come and show me Assam. Look at the map here. Assam, shall I show you in this west side or in the north side? No, east. Good. So here you can see Assam. Are you able to see the pink colored state here, over here? Yeah. This is Assam. Of course, it was called as Assam in the previous days. Now it is called as Assam. We have to pronounce it as Assam. So Assam is a home for what? Which type of animal? Yeah, it's a single horn, one-horned rhinoceros. You can see here in the picture, one-horned rhinoceros. How beautiful it is. But we have to protect it. We have to conserve. That's why in Assam we have Kaziranga National Park where these animals are protected. Okay. Now we will see about elephants. Elephants are a beautiful animal, a huge animal, which comes to you in the next slide. Elephants are found not only in one state, they are found in two states, Kerala and Karnataka. Camels, wild asses are found in Rajasthan and Kutch in Gujarat. Here, Rajasthan, camels, you know that it is called a sheep of the desert. Camel is known as sheep of the desert. So these camels, wild asses, okay, are found in Rajasthan, the great Indian desert, and also in a Rann of Kutch in Gujarat, right? Now we'll go to the next point. That is hundreds of species of snakes. Snakes, don't get scared. It's a poisonous reptile, no doubt, but it has also the right to live on this earth. So we should not disturb them. If you don't disturb any species on the earth, they are not going to disturb you. If you disturb them, obviously they disturb you. So let us see. The number of species of snakes like cobras, kraits are found in India, and beside this we have two important things, are one animal and one bird, which are what we call a pride to India. Pride to India. For example, tiger. What is tiger? Yes, it's right. Tiger is our national animal. We are proud of that, isn't it? Tiger is our national animal. And what is our national bird? A beautiful, elegant, what we call bird, we can say it is peacock. Right, you are right. So tiger is our national animal and peacock is our national bird. Now let us put a look at some beautiful images, beautiful pictures. Let us see. Asiatic lion, a beautiful lion. See the grandeur that you see on its face. So it is found in Gir forest, as I told you. Gir forest in Gujarat. Asiatic lion. Now we will see another image. Our national animal. What is national animal? Tiger. See the majestic look. The majestic look of our national animal, tiger. So we will see next our national bird. Wow, beautiful. See the colorful feathers spread by our national bird. A beautiful bird, which is our national bird. What a beautiful. Now we shall shift to some birds which are beautiful, which come to India from long distances, from the pole areas, from the places like the cold areas like Russia, which we call a place Siberia, which is a very coldest place. From such areas, we have some birds which are migrating to India during the cold season, and after the cold season is over here, again from the month of March onwards, they will be going back to their homes. Such birds which come here for a period of time, which settle here, okay, which lay the eggs, which grow their siblings also here, again they move back to their original habitat, okay, original homes. Let us see what are those birds which come to India and stay here for some time, and such type of birds, as I said, they are called as migratory birds. What are those? Let us see. A migratory bird or animal is one that migrates or travel to a different place, usually when the season changes. There the season is so severe cold, so season is changed. So because of the changes in the season in that original home, they migrate, they fly and come towards India. Let us see what are those birds which come to India during this period, during the cold weather season in the north. The pelican, Siberian crane, flamingo, pin-tailed duck and curlew. See once again, pelican, Siberian crane, flamingo, pin-tail, curlew. These are some birds names I have given to you. You can gather some more names of the migratory birds. Will you do it? Yes. So you gather some more information about the migratory birds. You collect some images of the migratory birds and make a small wallpaper and we'll paste it in our academic block. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much all of you.